Okay, the new unit, e-commerce applications, and the learner will learn about the different e-commerce models and applications and how they can be used to develop e-commerce in a small business. They will research the stages involved in setting up e-commerce, and they will use e-commerce applications to meet a client brief. The learning outcome one, understanding the principles of e-commerce, explain e-commerce principles, explain the relationship between e-commerce principles and e-commerce models. The indicative contents include the understanding e-commerce concepts, overview of role of internet in commerce, issues relating to the creation of e-commerce applications, differences between e-commerce and e-businesses, e-businesses define, overview of e-business models, benefits of e-commerce for business, e-commerce versus e-business. Understanding e-commerce concepts. The e-commerce is using electronic platform for business transactions. When you use any electronic means for business purpose and business transactions, it is e-commerce. It is also called a virtual marketplace because the e-commerce gives you a kind of virtual marketplace instead of a physical place for market. Every minute, millions of people from all over the world are logging into the internet looking for some information, for product, services to look after, for news, download music, for online shopping, and so on. So every individual is looking for something that he or she would look like to obtain or buy online instead of having to go through a physical transaction or physical shopping. Imagine what this means to the business organizations. If they are able to identify and access those individual users who have a specific need or want, they have a ready customer in waiting. So from the customer point of view, if someone wants to buy online, it means they want to avoid going to any physical shopping. However, from the business point of view, the businesses or organization, they look for the clients that somebody should come to them via online and buy something. They are always waiting. So that's the basic phenomena in the e-commerce, that people want to buy online and the businesses are waiting for the customers that they might buy something from them online. Furthermore, the stages, the e-commerce is characterized by business to business and business to customer business models. So business to business and business to customer models. We will discuss every model, what is business to business and business to customer in detail in next slides. E-commerce has become a major business process for global organizations and multinational companies. So when you deal with a business, when your business is dealing with a business, and possibly your business could deal with customers directly as well. So we will discuss next in detail. Most multinational companies depend upon online selling as well as online procurement on global scale. E-commerce has made it possible for them to access global market as well as source raw materials from across the world. Besides, e-commerce has brought down the cost of selling as well as cost of procurement drastically, adding to the bottom line. So because of the e-commerce, the cost of the items have already been reduced to almost bottom line because of the e-commerce, because there is a competition and everyone can online very easily. If it was a physical shop, probably the customers might have visited the expensive shops and they were helpless, and they bought the expensive items. But when it comes to the online e-commerce, then probably people will not have any problem visiting the various available sellers. Whoever is selling expensive, they would reject it, and any of the cheaper sellers would come, and can be you can purchase from them very easily without any problem. So the price comparison has made it possible. Like you can look at any online, like eBay, Amazon, or any of the online shopping website. They give you a price comparison in the ascending or descending order. So it is the advantage that e-commerce has made it possible, that cost has become to the lowest possible. In the consumer world, insurance, banking, airlines, hospitality sectors have stood to benefit from e-commerce modeling of selling as well, because they sell their products online. E-commerce is a reality now. Several multiple technologies, platforms, agencies, and networks make it possible for e-commerce to happen. So everyone, they try to trade online, they try to use the e-commerce. Electronic data interchange and online banking and transactions have been the major enablers that have made it possible for business transactions to take place. So online banking, any electronic data change, they have become the reason for the electronic commerce. So that after the after the introduction of those transactions, the possible introduction of electronic commerce has emerged. Internet plays a very prominent, the overview of the role of the internet in e-commerce. Internet plays a very prominent and important role because it acts as a guidance for different strategies involved in money marketing. In fact, behind the growth of internet business, the success of these business is also largely dependent on the internet to a large extent. So it is only possible the internet has become a largest possible business platform. Because of the internet, the success of the businesses have already been enlarged to the large extent. Right from the increase in the sales to the decrease in the cost and the expansion of the size of the market are predetermined by the internet. This is the reason for growing popularity of online businesses in today's date. Both buying and selling can be carried out through the internet. Internet has been a necessity in almost all fields. In contribution in e-business, it's a contribution in e-business and e-commerce opens an opportunity to faster, accurate, and efficient customer services with a less consumed time and cost. So the using internet, you get a convenient customer services. As not only the convenient customer service, you get efficient, accurate, and faster opportunities as well as to the e-business and e-commerce. With internet, technologies offer a direct communication link for customers, suppliers, thus eliminate the intermediary people, which the main cause of high cost and delay. So using the internet, if you are dealing with your customer or maybe the supplier, then you directly communicate with them and you don't need to have any agents in between. Likely, before the internet, people used to communicate with the business providers or suppliers via the agents, because the suppliers can be at any distant distant place. However, the internet is available to the customers, directly available for the communication. Internet has impacted the business or commerce industry so much that there have been a lot of people who became rich just because of the e-commerce. That's true that because of the internet and e-commerce has made people much more rich. A good example of this is the social networking site Facebook. The owner of the Facebook.com has become rich by providing an avenue for people to chat, share pictures, videos, and reconnect with long lost friends and families. It's true that the internet has advanced over the years and it has also changed the way we live. Before, if we want to purchase something, we need to go to the nearest shop to be able to get what we want, but today we can get almost anything that we want with just a click of mouse or just pressing a button. Is it true?
Sorry.
Is it true that internet is everything nowadays?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
It's
we are studying the e-commerce. So obviously the e-commerce is only because of the internet. Yeah.
You can just lecture us.
Yeah. If there is no internet, then there is no e-commerce. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Issues relating to the creation of e-commerce applications, some of the issues and problems which affect the development of internet, i.e. e-commerce and e-business applications, legacy technology. Because many of the developers of the technology were unaware of its potential, there are a number of problems associated with the development of e-commerce. Legacy technology means the old technology and its integration. Probably for example, if a company was being, it was any, for example, any IT firm, the IT services, and they are normally doing their business without internet, or maybe they have lots of clients, in physical places. But possibly, if they are using any legacy old technology, they will have a difficulty in coming or in converting their business into the e-commerce, and they will need the updated, up-to-date technologies. The next issue is the speed of development. E-commerce consultants speak of a web year. This is the time which it takes to bring to implementation a conventional system that would normally take a calendar year to develop. Current estimates are that 1 calendar year is equivalent to 7 web years. So the purpose of this speed of development is that issue when you really want to select a technology, for example, then it can be changed, it can become obsolete, it can become older technology just within a year. However, previously it took 7 years to make a change. So that is a problem. That, for example, if you wanted to learn HTML particular version, HTML5, then in order to reach to a next version, previously it used to take about 7 years, while you expect a new version in next only 1 year. So that's an issue basically. Security and privacy. The internet is not a particularly secure place. There are two aspects to this. The first, that information is widely published throughout the internet, which can be used for criminal activities. Basically, the internet, the World Wide Web, whatever the data you send, if you do not encrypt explicitly, then that information is basically sent, and anybody can read this information. For example, if you requested a web page from your computer and the web page is hosted at a particular web server in another country, then the content of web page that travels from that server to your computer, it travels insecurely. Anyone can read that data packet, the content, whatever you are requesting, so it is not secure. It will only be secure that you explicitly send and receive the data through encryption, through by applying security. But in default, whatever the data is being transferred, like videos or any of the news or contents at larger level, that is not secure. The second aspect is that since the internet is an open system, details of its underlying technologies are freely available to anybody. This means that the way the data passes through the internet is in the public domain. The consequence of this is that theoretically anyone with the right tools can eavesdrop on the data. It means can change the data on passing from one computer to on the internet to another one. So that's a problem basically. Another problem is the structure and data. A problem is that is being increasingly experienced by internet companies is the fact that they have no interchange. They have to interchange a large amount of data, that such data inherently lacks structure. Basically, the internet and the companies and the technology, they more rely on the data exchange. For example, the exchange of the data for, let's say, for the Google, let's say the exchange of the data for the articles, the exchange of the data for newspaper, for any of the purpose, wherever you expect the exchange of the data, literally the data is shown into the web browser, and the web browser displays the data into HTML, hypertext markup language. And the hypertext markup language, it doesn't have a good structure to carry the more and manageable data. For example, HTML has proved to be an enduring, durable markup language for developing web pages. However, there is no facilities with the language, for example, to indicate whether an item of data, say a three-digit number, represents a piece of commodity or some hourly rate charged by company employee. Basically, the HTML, have you ever seen any HTML tag?
No.
You haven't seen any HTML internals?
No, by HTML you mean the code of the websites?
Yeah, code of the website, yeah.
I did sometimes click, but I didn't make sense of it.
Okay, no worries, yeah. Simply what you do when you write an HTML code, you start with particular, HTML tag. Let me show you. The basic HTML is that HTML tag starts, the body starts, and H1 is the heading 1, P is the paragraph, and you need to close the body of the HTML and then HTML tag itself. So when you click this, then this is the output of the HTML. Yeah. And how you got this? You got this by writing this code, basically. So the example says that when you write the HTML, then you don't have control over the data, that which data, how you can locate this. There is no any linkage between the data, and you cannot use this data as a kind of database. You cannot retrieve the data. You cannot manipulate the data. You have to just write a kind of an article. right?
Right.
So that's basically the problem, that HTML is the structure. It only gives the data but doesn't give a good data and structure for the interpretation and manipulation. That's the concept basically. That's the issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
The designing a distributed system can also be a problem. For example, the fact that the computers in a distributed system are joined by communicating media, which can stretch over the thousands of miles, provides an added dimension to the design process, in that the response time can be a problem. Now, it was quick enough, but let me explain to you in a simple word. The designing. Basically, a distributed system is a system which communicates securely from one computer to other computer, no matter wherever they are located. But the communication between them can be a problem, and the design of the architecture and communication can be the problem to computers, right?
Right.
The issue related with the e-commerce is design. It is very easy to design any software if it is a single computer you are using, for example. But for example, if it is an e-commerce software or application, a distributed application, for example, a distributed application means bank branches they don't use the web browser, but they have their own software. Yeah, they will have own forms and buttons in front of them, and whenever the application is developed, they will have a difficulty in creating that much robust good software, because they have to deal with a distributed system. A distributed systems are basically the applications softwares which communicate over the internet, and dealing those kind of interactions between the remote computers can be a problem regarding the design. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so design is basically also the issue, that the good design of the software, and which may not mix up the things, is an issue while creating the e-commerce. Now we come to the e-business. E-business, electronic business, is a term which can be used for any kind of business or commercial transaction that includes sharing information across the internet. Commerce constitutes the exchange of products or services between businesses, groups, and individuals, and can be seen as one of the essential activities of any business. Electronic commerce focus on the use of IT to enable the external activities and relationships of business with individuals, groups, and other. Business or e-business refers to business with help of internet, doing business with the help of internet network. The term e-business was coined by IBM marketing and internet team in 1996. So e-business is basically the business using the internet in general. The e-commerce is basically the commerce, the involvement of transactions using electronics. Now let us relate those in next slides. Overview of e-business models. The electronic commerce business models can generally categorize in following categories. So basically, any business online, it becomes the e-business, and when it uses the transactions, it becomes the e-commerce. Is that clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. Now, business to consumer. consumer to consumer, consumer to business, business to government, government to business, and government to citizen. A business to business website following a business to business model sells its products to an intermediate buyer who then sells the product to a final customer, maybe or may not be. As an example, wholesaler places an order from a company's website and after receiving the consignment sells end product to final customers. Maybe they could sell to anybody else, but obviously it will not be helpful for them because they won't be able to make the profit. But business to business, the wholesalers will buy from the particular business and sell to the final customers, obviously with some profit, who comes to buy the product at wholesalers retail outlet. Business to consumer website following business to consumer business model sells its products directly to the customer. In simple words, a customer can view product shown on the website of a business organization. The customer can choose a product and order the same. The website will send a notification to the business organization via email, and organizations will dispatch the product goods to the customer directly. Consumer to consumer websites following a consumer to consumer business model helps consumer to sell their assets like residential property, cars, motorcycles, etc. Rent a room by publishing their information of the website. Simply like eBay, you sell your items and people buy them. Every consumer is selling to the consumer. Or if you are selling a used item, it means consumer is selling to the consumer. Consumer to business. In this model, a consumer approaches the website showing multiple business organizations for a particular service. Consumer places an estimate of amount or he/she wants to spend for a particular service. So basically, the consumer is wanting something, but the consumer is giving the requirement. Basically, the consumer is giving the business to any other business that they need something, and in return, the consumer becomes their client. For example, comparison of interest rates of a personal loan or car loan provided by various banks via websites. Business organizations who fulfill the consumer requirements within a specified budget approaches the customer and provides its services. So is it clear? Basically, the business is giving the service to consumer, but consumer is initiating the need to the business. Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. So in this way, the consumer has to initiate. So that's why this model is called consumer to business. Previously, the business was selling to the consumer, and here, when the consumer is trying to get something, then consumer is communicating with the business in this way. The next is business to government. Is a variant of business to business model. Such websites are used by government to trade and exchange information with various business organizations. Such websites are accredited by the government and provide medium to business to submit application forms to government. So when businesses want to communicate with the government to sell something with a government policies or anything, any kind of the business where the government is involved. Government to business uses business to government model website to approach business organizations. Such websites support auctions, tenders, application submissions, and functionalities. So whenever a business wanted to communicate, to come in the collaboration and need of the support from the government, that is the business to government. And when the government needs someone, for example, government wanted to get any contract being done, then for example, a contract for creating the roads or buildings, then they approach with the businesses. Government to citizens. Government uses G2C model website to approach citizens in general. Such website supports auction of vehicles, machinery or any other material whenever government wanted any auction of any assets, for example any cars, for example any let's say the stolen properties. The police recovered, after recovering these stolen properties from the thieves, if they wanted to sell into the auction, then the government will approach to the citizens, whoever are interested in buying those particular material, then this model becomes the government to citizens. Now, benefits of e-commerce for businesses. There are many benefits of that e-commerce gives to the businesses. Comprehensive description of products. So e-commerce gives the comprehensive description of products. An e-commerce site provides its customers with the data sheets that they contains all features and characteristics of the product. If you go to the eBay, if you go to the Amazon, you will get each and every description of the product which is being sold. This data sheet can also contain ratings as well given by the other customers who have already bought this product. Also known as product catalog, this document gives the customers all the information they need about the product that they want to buy. Armed with this knowledge, the customers can make informed decisions as they buy the products. So that's one of the benefits, that the comprehensive description of the product becomes available using the e-commerce for the businesses. It's available through the search engines. That's obvious. You don't need to go to a particular website to buy something. You just put in the search engine, let's say buy iPhone 7, then you will get lots of providers. Physical shopping stores thrives due to the efforts of branding and relationship that the owners of the stores create with stakeholders in their industry. For example, the good customers and existing customers of the shop may have succeeded in their business because of their existing clients. However, e-commerce websites thrives by receiving large amounts of traffic from search engines. So the search engines give them a good big number of clients. However, manually the business is enlarged by the appreciation of the existing customers. Reduce the cost of maintaining and managing inventory. In physical store, there are numerous costs that are involved for the purpose of managing the inventory. However, it costs time and money to manage the physical inventory. Means if you have a big store, then physical inventory is very difficult, while physical means managing inventory are tedious and costly. However, it is easier and cheaper to manage inventory in an e-commerce website. Obviously, whatever the inventory you have, if it is being sold, then automatically the inventory goes on reduction. And at the end, if all are sold, then you will not have any inventory. However, if you have a store and the items are being sold one by one, then you will not have an idea that how many products or items have been sold and how much stock is left. So that is basically the very good advantage of using the e-commerce, that maintaining and managing the inventory becomes very easy. Record and refer to buying habits of your customers. In the world of business, information is power. The buying habits of their customers are very important for a business. Normally, in a physical store, it would be quite difficult to analyze the items that each customer bought, as well as how frequently they bought these items. However, an e-commerce stores makes it very easy for you to see the purchase patterns of your customers. Is it true that you always see the cookies, the options, even if you search on the Amazon, then you even receive the repeating advertisements on the Facebook?
Yeah.
So the search engines, they give you automatically what you were looking for, and you, according to your habits, you have been attracted by the similar advertisements. Is it true?
True.
Yeah. So that's the e-commerce has provided you the secrets of the habits of the customers as well. Record and refer to the buying habits of your customers. Continue. It is computerized, hence. So record keeping and buying habits as well becomes the easier and competent. An e-commerce website can keep selling goods and services throughout without getting worn out of getting slow. This is because whole system is computerized. It's an effective and always accurate. As such, when a customer orders certain product, they will get it delivered to them as well. The e-commerce store is able to manage its own inventory. So it's all about the inventory and record keeping and buying habits discussed in this slide. Now, the e-commerce versus e-business. E-commerce is any transaction completed over a computer mediated network that involves the transfer of ownership or rights to use goods and services. And e-business is the broader than the e-commerce. E-business involves the e-commerce as well as the other management as well. Now, this e-commerce is defined by the US Census Bureau. The transactions aren't required to have a price and include both sales and items like free downloads may be. E-commerce includes the transactions made on the internet, intranet, extranet, world wide web, by email, even by fax. So while the e-business is a broader than the e-commerce, it includes the transactions based on the e-commerce business and those who run traditionally but cater to online activities as well. E-business can run any portion of its internal processes online, including inventory management, risk management, finance, and human resources. For a business to be e-commerce and e-business, it must both sell products online and handle other company activities or additional sales offline. So e-businesses run everything, their inventory, processes, management, risk management online, as well as they trade online and do the transactions electronically. That's it. So it's about the difference between the e-commerce and e-business. Have any question?
No questions whatsoever.
Okay, good. So everything is defined in detail, and you can go through, you can repeat it, and still if you have any question, then you are most welcome to ask via email or maybe in the next session. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I see you next week. Yeah.
See you next week, and thank you.
Okay. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.